In today's video, I want to take you guys through a brand new PlayStation Store set of discounts. I hesitate to say sale because it's just a couple of deals. It's a weekend offer, which isn't your typical, big sale like the extended play sale or the games under $15 sale or what's expected to be a pretty giant sale with the days of play sale. Rather, we've got a couple of games discounted, but I do want to take you guys through that. On top of that, there are quite a few physical game deals available right now that I do also want to give you guys an update on. A lot of good deals available, so we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. But as far as the weekend offer goes, we've got a couple of titles on sale, a couple of new ones that is. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is 30% off for $42. This is a pretty good discount. Given that this game isn't even 2 months old, it'll actually be exactly 2 months old come tomorrow. But the One Piece Pirate Warriors game, as far as the Musou style games go, these are pretty good. Probably the best ones you're gonna come across. Now, I'm not a gigantic fan of One Piece. I've watched it here and there, so I don't have that kind of affinity towards the franchise. But if you're a fan of One Piece and you want a quality One Piece game, Pirate Warriors 4 is something that you're gonna enjoy. You've got the One Piece layer to it. You've got the Musou style gameplay, the Warriors gameplay, from Dynasty Warriors and things like that. And it does work quite well in these games. $42 for it. Again, given that it is such a recent release, I wouldn't say it's the worst deal in the world. Overcooked 2 is 50% off for $12.49. Overcooked is always a lot of fun, and this one is significantly better than the first title. It's a little bit dated at this point, coming out back in 2018. However, 50% off is a relatively significant discount, so I wanted to give that a shout. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy is 25% off for $15. Another game that's a very, very recent release. Obviously, this originally came out years ago, decades ago even, maybe not decades, but over a decade ago, but it just made the transition and got a PS4 port, and it released at $19.99. Well, it's 25% off right now for $15, and I would say that's a pretty good buy if you do want to revisit that game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution is 30% off for $28. Honestly, if you want to play a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, just get a computer and install Dueling Book or whatever that application is called, and you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. These games are always going to miss features and new cards and things of that nature, so I wouldn't really recommend to pick these up, and me promoting Dueling Book, I don't know if I can get in trouble for that. Whatever the case may be, I really would not recommend you guys to buy Legacy of the Duelist, but nonetheless, if you want a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game on PS4, I guess you can check it out. My Hero 1's Justice 2 is 30% off for $42. These games, I'm a big fan of My Hero Academia, so I have an affinity towards this franchise and these games, and I can find enjoyment out of them. But if you fundamentally assess them for its content and its gameplay, the gameplay is actually relatively decent and it is quite flashy. The issue really comes from a content standpoint. These games are very bare bones, and that's really the issue. I really hope My Hero, from a video game standpoint, develops into a set of compelling video games, much like Naruto did with Naruto Storm. But at this point, paying $60 for it definitely isn't worth it. At $42, yeah, it becomes a little bit more palatable, and if you're a big fan of the IP, you're gonna enjoy it, but I would recommend to wait on a deeper discount. Maybe at $30 it's worth a buy. $42 still a little bit pricey, but if you're itching for a fighting game, if you're itching for that My Hero video game, it's not the worst pickup in the world. Definitely don't be picking these games up at $60 until they get a little bit better. And they've been releasing them very consistently. I believe the first game just came out last year, and then they followed up just a year later with the follow-up title, and the first game definitely did have some issues from a content standpoint as well. I'm actually trying to find the release date of the first game. The first game came out in 2018, October of 2018, and then One Justice 2 came out in March of 2020. So you're talking about, a 16-month delay between games. That's a pretty quick turnaround, all things considered. Nevertheless, I do enjoy the IP, so I wanted to give that a shout. Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories is $42. This game has some funky gameplay elements. However, the premise of it is really, really interesting. A calm summer day turns into catastrophe when a massive earthquake strikes the city. It's a game that I haven't played too much of, but if you're looking for something a little bit more on the unique side, $42 for it doesn't seem like the worst pickup in the world, and these titles from NIS America tend to hold on in value for quite a while, so the fact that it is a little bit cheaper, I would say definitely worth a pick. Or at the very least, worth a look. Maybe add it to your wishlist and wait for a deeper discount. They also have some Spellbreak stuff discounted, but that's nothing that I really want to spend too much time on. Alright, moving on to the physical deals. DBZ Kakarot is $20 off on Amazon, down to $39.99. I've given you guys my opinion of DBZ Kakarot. If you're a fan of DBZ, you're going to really enjoy the game. Now, if this is the game you're trying to pick up to enjoy the DBZ story, I would not go that route because fundamentally as an RPG, it is quite mediocre. It's like a 6 out of 10 when you assess it as just an RPG, but again, as the Dragon Ball skin to it, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, seeing a lot of these moments recreated in an open world RPG, that's pretty cool. A lot of the side content, not too great there, but overall, I do think the game is quite good for just $40. Final Fantasy XIV Online Complete Edition is $37. Yes, I know a lot of you guys got the base game for free recently. You should have. But really, the excellence of Final Fantasy XIV comes through the expansions, and this includes Heaven's Ward, Shadowbringers, and Stormblood. The actual order, I believe, was Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, whatever it is. Final Fantasy XIV is really good after the expansions. The content is super, super entertaining, and also, Shadowbringers has one of the best narratives in a Final Fantasy game. It's literally right up there with the best stories that the Final Fantasy games have offered, and if you compare it to, like, FF15, Shadowbringers walks all over that, and it's very good from a content standpoint as well. Heaven's Ward is excellent. Stormblood is really good as well. $37 might look a little pricey, but for all the content you're getting, I do think it's quite good. The always hesitance of Final Fantasy XIV is that it is a subscription-based MMO. Your first 30 days are free, but after that, you do have to pay monthly to play. Although, I believe you don't need PlayStation Plus, so it's not at least that egregious, but still, you know, that's the nature of MMOs. A lot of them are going to make you pay to play monthly. It's kind of an accepted notion on PC, especially with games like World of Warcraft. However, on consoles, it might be a little bit more of a unique take, and there are MMOs that are free to play. However, FF14 is a game that is consistently updated, and if you get super invested into the experience, I do think it's worthwhile. Alright, some deals on Best Buy. Tetris Effect is down to $17. Really good game. Tetris Effect is excellent, and the PlayStation VR component to this game is excellent as well. Honestly, one of the best VR experiences that you can have, and it's Tetris. At the end of the day, you know what the Tetris gameplay loop is. However, with the visual presentation, the music, Tetris Effect becomes an excellent game, and for $17, definitely worth a look. Devil May Cry HD Collection Standard Edition is $16. This is pretty good. DMC 1, DMC 2, although nobody really likes to talk about DMC 2, and DMC 3. Now, these games are a little bit dated. Camera is a little bit janky. However, back in the day, DMC 1 and DMC 3 were really, really well received. DMC 2, you guys probably know, not the best received game in the world. Easily, to many, the worst game in the Devil May Cry franchise. Nevertheless, DMC 1 and 3 are really good, so wanted to give that a shout. And then Borderlands 3, man, this game is plummeting in price. It is down to $15 on Best Buy. You can get the Super Deluxe Edition for $30, and I believe they have the Deluxe Edition for $19.99. Now, I am of the mindset that this game is going to get ported to the PS5 and Xbox Series X with, you know, upgraded visuals and all the DLC included. If you look at the history of Borderlands and 2K, they try to port everything to every platform, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just giving more opportunities for people to buy games. However, if you're trying to be advantageous about it, Borderlands 3 is a game I do think is going to get an upgrade on next gen, so if you can wait on it, even at this price, which is really, really appealing, maybe your best bet would be to hold off a little bit, but the standard edition for $15, you definitely can't go wrong with that. And that's going to conclude this video again with the weekend offer and all the physical deals available. Wanted to cover some of them and let you guys know about it, but that's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.